TomoNews presents Zoo Animals.
Zoo tiger takes interest in woman's baby bump. This video appears to show a pregnant woman, Natasha Hanshu, sharing a cute interaction with a female tiger at the Potawatomi Zoo in Indiana. Separated by a wall of glass, it appears Morgana the tiger notices Natasha's baby bump and wants to get closer to it. As you can see in the video, Natasha and her cousin Brittany seem to think that the tiger is having some sort of connection with the baby, a universal appreciation across species for maternity, or the recognition of life in its most vulnerable state. What a beautiful thought. It's one that a few users echoed on Facebook. Carmen wrote, "Nature knows to honor birth and motherhood." Missy wrote, "The tiger can smell her breast milk too. So amazing." Taryn wrote, "Tiger respects the beautiful mother. Heart emoji, heart emoji." Even the zoo chimed in, saying, "This is why the zoo is here, to help make connections to nature." Well, hold on a minute. Is that why the zoo is here? Because Morgana the tiger was born at the Columbus Zoo 4 years ago and has never been outside her enclosure, let alone been in touch with nature. Furthermore, she's a full-grown tiger. So take the glass wall out of the way and this video probably doesn't turn out so cute. User Michael Dameron writes, "That tiger wants 2 snacks for the price of 1, not snuggles, LOL." Yeah, that's what we're thinking too. In January, an orangutan was filmed kissing a pregnant woman's belly through a glass wall too. But an orangutan and a tiger are 2 very different animals, with 2 very different appetites. Just saying. The video's racked up 778,000 Facebook views so far, so we'd like to know what you think. Is this a case of nature recognizing nature, or just an easy meal in her sights? Chinese zoos obese tigers anger animal rights activists. Aww, look at those chubby fat cats. How cute are they? Not so fast, animal lovers. While these roly-poly tigers might look well taken care of, the truth is they're being way overfed, and their quality of life is poor at best. These photos of the tubby cats at the Siberian Tiger Park in Harbin City, China, have been circulating on Chinese social media under a lighter tone. Now having reached America, animal activists say their obvious plight is no laughing matter. While they're getting plenty of food, they're also developing problems with their joints and limbs, impairing their ability to walk normally. Siberian tigers are typically solitary creatures, so keeping several of them confined to the same small space is problematic as it is. Making them fat only exacerbates the issue. The tigers also may be getting fat because visitors are allowed to feed them, either by offering the cats beef strips from a tour bus or paying for a live cow, goat, or chicken to be dumped into the enclosure, where the fat cats begin a feeding frenzy. Though the park makes claims of tiger conservation, animal welfare groups counter that that's simply a cover for the production of tiger skins and tiger bone wines, what government bodies in China are actually more interested in. Let's hope for their sakes, tourists smarten up and help the tigers lay off the munchies.
Mother hippo gives birth to its 11th baby.
Taiwan's first panda cub is moving out on her own. Yuanzai, the only panda to be born in Taiwan, will be leaving her mother this month to move into a new enclosure prepared just for her by the Taipei Zoo. The cub is just 1.5 years old, or 4 to 5 in human years. She will begin eating solid food as soon as her teeth develop. Although the mother and daughter bear duo have formed a strong bond, the zoo wants to separate the two so that Yuanzai's mother, Yuanyuan, can enter another reproductive cycle. As long as Yuanyuan's energy is being spent on producing milk and caring for her daughter, she will not be ready to mate for a few more years. So, in order for Yuanzai to have a little brother or sister, she'll have to learn to live on her own. But she'll be alright. As the only panda born in Taiwan, Yuanzai will have crowds of adoring fans infected with panda mania to keep her company.
Meet the Toronto Zoo's newest and cutest inhabitant, this baby polar bear cub. He was born on November 9th, 2013, and he will one day grow up to be an unstoppable killing machine. Aw, look at his little paws. The Toronto Zoo's mama bear, Aurora, gave birth to 3 baby bear cubs on the same day, each one pinker and blinder than the next. Although zookeepers said this cub initially exhibited signs of weakness, within 48 hours his 2 brothers were dead, making this cute little guy the ultimate survivor. As is nature's way, this adorable ball of fluff will one day experience the insatiable urge to sink his fangs into a zoo handler's throat, rip out his esophagus, and spray red carnage all over the painted white fiberglass glaciers of his enclosure. Can you believe how cute his little button nose is? I just want to squeeze him. Polar bears are unique among land animals because they are the only species that will actively and deliberately hunt humans for food. In Norway, inhabitants of the snowy north live in constant fear that a polar bear will stalk them in the blinding snow, hold them down with one paw, and chew off their faces, while horrified townsfolk run for safety, forever scarred by the image of their loved one's skinless face screeching for help. Indeed, the polar bear is such a formidable killer that it cannot be brought down by a normal assault rifle or a handgun. Residents of the Arctic take high-powered rifles with them wherever they go, for only a massive hunting rifle has the power to crush through the bear's thick skull, and only then if you see it before it sees you. The most amazing thing about polar bears is how adult males will eat cubs of their own species that don't belong to them. Even as the polar bear teeters on the edge of extinction, the brutal facts of life in the Arctic mean this huggable baby cub will only be seen as future competition to any male which turns his gaze upon it. And one day when he grows up, the Toronto Zoo's little cub will be a remorseless killer too. Aww.
Meet the new cutest furballs on the internet, European otter cubs. First, we brought you the world's cutest panda cub, Yuanzai, from the Taipei Zoo. Then we brought you the world's cutest killing machine, a baby polar bear cub from the Toronto Zoo. Now, prepare to make your cuteness gland squirt when we show you clam-crushing baby European otter brothers. Yay! These 2 European otters, or Eurasian otters, were found by locals near a small pond on Kinmen Island, a remote island of Taiwan. 1.5 months ago, they were abandoned by their mother after their home was destroyed by a construction crew. Upon being rescued, they were brought to Taipei Zoo where they were taken care of and bottle-fed. Last week, the cubs got medical checkups, saw a dentist, they had their heartbeats measured, and their rectal temperatures taken, and stuff like that. The 2 cubs are estimated to be 9 weeks old now and are still quite hyperactive, so zookeepers will need to distract them with baby pacifiers during checkups. In order to hold the cubs in position for taking blood, the zookeepers wrap them up with towels like spring rolls, leaving their tails exposed to the vet's needle. The good news is that both of the cubs are pretty healthy. Both of the baby otters are 34 centimeters long with 20 centimeters long tails. The older one weighs 1,190 grams, while the younger one weighs 1,090 grams.
Cincinnati Zoo director to pen book about famous hippo. Move over, Harambe! The Cincinnati Zoo's got a bright, shining star whose cuteness, it hopes, will make everyone forget about that dark day in May of 2016. This January, Fiona the hippo was born 6 weeks premature, weighing in at only 29 pounds, tiny compared to the average weight of between 55 and 120 pounds. Unable to stand and unwilling to eat, the baby hippo required oxygen tubes and 24-hour care for months to stay alive, which the zoo staff admits was very much in doubt. Now 6 months old and her scale reading a whopping 421 pounds, Fiona the hippo is out of the woods and set to make a big splash on the covers of books. The zoo's director, Thane Maynard, announced this week he'll be writing a children's book entitled Saving Fiona: Science, Social Media, and the Story of a Baby Hippo, to be released in January 2019. Proceeds of the book will all go toward the zoo, which is winning back headlines this year by celebrating Fiona's life, following an onslaught of worldwide criticism over the tragic passing of 17-year-old male silverback gorilla Harambe. No word yet on whether Harambe will make it into this book, or even get his own book someday. As with all stories related to the Cincinnati Zoo, we'll end this by saying, this one's for you, Harambe. There's no hippo that could replace you in our hearts.
83 penguins from the Detroit Zoo happily waddled to their new home. 83 penguins got their 15 minutes of fame on Thursday, April 7th when they took a stroll in Detroit. From Gen 2 to Macaroni, the happy waddlers got the,
blue carpet treatment as they relocated from their old habitat at the Detroit Zoo to the new Polk Penguin Conservation Center, the largest penguin facility in the world, slated to open April 18th. The penguins are moving on up. The new facility will have 10 times more water habitat, giving the swimming birds 325,000 gallons of 37-degree water to play in. It will be the deepest penguin aquatic environment anywhere outside their native Antarctic waters, allowing them to dive 25 feet below the surface. That's one big swimming pool. Happy moving day, little guys!
Lions caught roughhousing in snow at Hogle Zoo in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Red pandas in Taipei Zoo give birth to 2 sets of twins. Taipei Zoo houses 3 red pandas, also known as the lesser panda, and this month both females gave birth to twins. So there are 4 new additions to the zoo's exhibit. Most commonly known as the red panda, these animals are not closely related to the giant panda, although red pandas also do feed primarily on bamboo. But unlike the giant panda, the red panda is omnivorous and also eats eggs, birds, insects, and small mammals. The red panda is also a protected species. Zookeepers were hopeful that one litter would be born to one of the females, as she and the male are fairly close. So they were pleasantly surprised when Yao Yao, the other female, also gave birth. The red panda exhibit has been closed for the time being, as red pandas are known to eat their young when they feel stressed or threatened. The zoo hopes to reopen the red panda exhibit at the end of summer.